So I was really trying to avoid making this video, but I had two like options from where I saw it. Like one, I'll do voiceover videos for a while. Just have like random images and videos. And I'll just talk over them. Hopefully nobody notices how nasally I sound right now. Nobody will, say anything. Come on, that's not realistic. And two, show my face, own it, confidence, and hopefully nobody asks. Bro, that's not realistic either. So I said, look, let me just address the issue, and so we can all move forward with our lives. So I had a septoplasty surgery 7 days ago. That's just a fancy term for a nose job, a nose surgery that is intended not for aesthetics, it's for functionality. So a rhinoplasty is to make your nose pretty in most cases, and a septoplasty, because it's focused on the septum, like on the bridge of the nose and the airways like underneath it, is just for people that can't breathe all that great to improve their breathing. So again, function over aesthetics. And that's what I got. When I was a child, I suffered an injury. It wasn't a big deal back then, and my nose didn't look like crazy crooked. It was slightly crooked, it had a bump in there, and it was slightly crooked, but it wasn't too bad. But I would constantly hear throughout the years people brag about like, I took a nap or I slept and I'm all well rested the next day, etc., etc. And I would always, pay attention to those statements and say, do people just hype up like sleep? Because it doesn't feel that way whenever I wake up from naps or sleep. It kind of never does. It's just, I feel groggy the next day, a little tired, but you slept. So I guess that's what sleep consists of, because I've been this way for like 20 years. And turns out that the older you get, the more you value sleep. And turns out that having a deviated septum or having issues breathing directly affects the quality of your sleep. Who would have thought? So I was like, bro, you're a grown man. Time to address this issue you've been throwing on the back burner forever. So I found a good surgeon in my area here in North Texas. Actually, he had performed surgery on a former coworker of mine, and her nose looked great and she could breathe great. And I said, why not? He's in my network. Zero out of pocket. It's only upside from here. Before the year ends. So I had already met my deductible. So yeah, like why? If you don't get the surgery, it's because you just purposely want to have bad sleep. That's how I saw it. So that's what I got this thing. So that's what I got, guys, a septoplasty. Let's talk about the surgery itself. The surgery length took a little bit under an hour. So it's a rather quick one. I don't have any like external scars like on the sides of the nostrils, how some people get them when they do like rhinoplasty and stuff. Like all the incisions were through my nostrils. So no visible outside marks, which is pretty cool, I think. You're general anesthesia, so I was knocked out pretty good. I was like out for like 2 hours, even though surgery took 1. Again, didn't feel super awesome, like well rested, I guess, because once you're done, you have all these plastics inside your nose, and I still have them right now. Like I can't like breathe properly because I have plastics inside. I get them off in 5 days. And so that's the plan there. The following days, you're just like spitting up blood, because obviously the incisions are still trying to heal and they're not scabbed over yet, I guess. So you're just spitting blood. They strongly suggest you don't sleep fully, laying down. You have to be like at an incline, because it's bad if you swallow too much blood. It'll upset your stomach, makes you sick, could develop an infection. So all these fun things you have to look out for. And I was basically wearing like a nostril diaper, like a pad underneath my nose, bro, because I could also bleed from my nostrils. So that lasted for like 4 days. Taking antibiotics, steroids. They gave me pain meds, but I didn't take any of them. I hate taking pain meds. But anyways, that's what the surgery itself looked like. And I went home right after. So within 2 hours of the surgery, I was already in the car going home. My wife drove me, of course. So that's what the surgery looked like. The recovery process is you can't exercise. Of course, skateboarding is included there. Anything that's physical activity, no running, no bending over, no lifting any kind of weights or anything heavy around the house. It's pretty gnarly, man. You basically become useless for the following like 5 days. I just gained like most of my functionality, you could say, for like the past 2 days. But before that, I was basically useless. I was like a vegetable because I couldn't move, I couldn't bend over too much, etc., etc. My nose will start bleeding, but that's over with now. And I get, like I said, it takes 2 weeks for them to remove the packing inside your nose. And I'm just excited. I'm counting out the days. I have 5 days. I literally have a whiteboard, and every morning I wake up and I change the number, so I have 5 days for tomorrow, of course. So I'm excited, and it's like 11 p.m. So I can't wait to change that number now. So that's what the recovery looks like. As you know, if you're new to my channel, you just found me based on your title search, as opposed to being a subscriber. If I can't work out, or I'm not supposed to work out like in a month, and working out like does not involve falling down, it does not involve like jumping and landing hard, potentially hitting my face. I don't know where skateboarding fits in this whole ecosystem, but I can only guess it's supposed to be postponed even further, not accelerated before the exercise. But maybe I'm looking at things wrong. So that's that. From a pain, obviously you're knocked out, so I didn't feel anything. And very specific to me, my surgeon did like 3 things in one. So obviously, number 1, he corrected the septum. So on the inside, my airways should be open. So that's one thing. That's the main thing that I had an issue with. Number 2, I believe it's a turbinate reduction. If you're a pro in this subject, please let me know in the comments. But a turbinate, I believe, I guess like a cartilage that we have in our nose that kind of is like a duct for air, like air induction, almost like in cars, that helps like moisture, so the air isn't too cold or too dry, etc. When you have a deviated septum, it's my understanding that those can like either overgrow, trying to compensate for the shift in the way your nose is, or can just get in the way due to the trauma. So those can, while they're supposed to be there, can become an obstruction for your nose and for your breathing. So I believe part of them or them both were like trimmed down, is what my understanding was. And then I believe there was a slight modification to my nostrils. So, but again, the incisions were on the inside, not on the outside. I understand that the surgeon that helped me is a magician, bro. Dr. Duchik, he works on pretty crazy situations, like patients that have like massive, I guess, neck, ear, and throat, nose issues. A lot of them with cancer. He's like their final frontier for hope. So big thumbs up, big thank you to Dr. Duchik, who was a surgeon that helped me out. So that's what was done to me, and I am hoping that after 5 days, once I get the packing, what's inside of my nostril right now, and then I'm hoping that includes this, that gets taken off, I can kind of resume more or less to my normal life. But I think my understanding is the working out part is still supposed to be delayed a bit. I think for safety, reasons, like 2 more weeks. So I think it's like a month total, but we'll see what he says. My overall experience, man, like this, I can breathe perfectly fine with my right nostril, but that's always been the case. My left one is the one that suffered the impact, the trauma. That one's still clogged up, but then again, I have giant plastics in my nose, so maybe I'm not even supposed to be breathing right now. So we'll see once this gets taken out. But that's my experience, guys. This wasn't a aesthetic surgery. My understanding is that my nose will change slightly, and perhaps he has removed the bump that I have. I don't know. I can't see it, and I'm not gonna remove this. I'm not supposed to until he, clears me in his office. So we'll see. Maybe I'll make a follow-up video to this, a minor update. But guys, that's what happened to me. That's why I'm wearing this. Both his little cast, the splint, and the packings inside my nostrils. I also wore like that diaper thing that I said for my nosebleeds, but I haven't been wearing that for the past 2 days because I no longer have nosebleeds. Guys, that's it. I'm talking too much. Let me know if you have questions in the comments. Talk to you guys later. Thanks for watching.